Dragon Ball Sparking Zero's developers have announced a December patch for the game. A patch in any game means they're going to do bug fixes, updates, additions, or even remove certain aspects of the game to make it more playable and improve the overall experience for players. So what does this mean for the game and why is this important? This shows that the game devs are clearly heavily involved in the community and are willing to make regular changes. Our last patch was literally a few weeks ago and now we already have another one announced, and this one is a battle system patch. Unlike the previous one where they did a few tweaks with one character and a few bug fixes, this one is heavily revolving around how the game is played in battle, which is basically the main content of the game. So today we're going to discuss changes we need to see in Dragon Ball Sparking Zero. This is unblockable supers, nerfing battle stock abilities like After Image, Strike, Power Up to the Very Limit, and even other gimmicks like super counters, and why these improvements are required. So let's get straight into it. First up, there is unblockable supers. This mechanic has been the source of anger for a lot of us, me included. When that Broly or Beerus player gets their sparking mode, goes behind you and launches that ultimate, it's almost an unstoppable attack. I mean, I say this because there's a very small window of dodging the attack, and if you're in the close range, the attack is damn near undodgeable. This patch could see unblockable supers either banned or removed, making them blockable in important competitive game modes like ranked matches, or greater ways to counter players that regularly use these unblockable attacks, like key sickness or a greater vanishing window. Unblockables are typically abused because of their definitive strength, right? There's literally nothing you can do about it, taking away competitive aspects of game modes like ranked that are based off of competition. So working on this or reducing the effectiveness of these super attacks might be the first sign of a positive change to come in this patch. Next up is the nerfing of battle stock abilities. You're probably wondering what's wrong with these abilities, right? It's a part of Budokai Tenkaichi and it's perfectly fine to use to gain an advantage in battle. While you're correct, Budokai Tenkaichi was never actually about playing in a way where you are solely relying on battle stock abilities. This refers to characters like Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta, Super Vegito, and other similar characters. Super Vegito has his After Image Strike that makes him practically undodgeable for 15 seconds. While this is more acceptable for weaker characters, a strong character like Super Vegito has not that much reason to have this ability. This window is incredibly difficult to counter, but there are ways such as Key Blast spam and other maneuvers that don't trigger After Image. Similarly, characters like Gogeta Super Saiyan 4 have Power Up to the Very Limit, an ability that gives you sparking mode if you let the 2-second animation run. It typically also gives you buffs in conjunction. While this ability is typically okay, spamming this ability is also quite feasible, and characters that have this will constantly utilize its technique. Implementing a punish or a greater cost for players that constantly spam such abilities can be a good improvement. For example, key sickness or even something like battle stock sickness, so you gain stocks a lot slower, is ideal. Battle stock abilities are also spammable due to the fact that you get one every time you lose a health bar, and this is on top of the fact that your battle stocks are also constantly rising throughout the battle. Minimizing the reliance of battle stock abilities can be another positive change in the upcoming patch. Another change we can see in this patch is super counters. Yes, I understand it's what makes this game competitive, and of course, it's a tool that I also use regularly in battle to a fault. This is because it's insane value. I mean, it requires zero resources, no key, no battle stocks, nothing. You can proc it right away, but it does require timing and I suppose a bit of skill. While super counters are very helpful in battle, it interrupts battles significantly. It makes them unplayable to an extent. Lowering how easily these counters can be activated or even implementing a cost for activating these counters can help balance the effect it has in battle. Finally, last but not least, is super attack spamming. This one is quite similar to the battle stock ability spam issue previously mentioned in this video, but works around the fact that there are many players in this game that don't even like to engage with their opponent or play the game like it's supposed to be played because they throw out constant super attacks with the hopes of one landing and removing a health bar. Ultra Instinct Goku is a popular option in ranked, and his whole game plan is to constantly launch his rush attack, obviously because of its teleporting component, almost always resulting in a hit confirm. Implementing key sickness where charging key is a lot slower, or even being stunned for the over-reliance on key can also be an effective way to minimize the overuse of super attacks and actually engaging in battle. All of these patches, fixes, and updates are suggestions with the intent of improving the playability of the game and features that balance it. While prior to launch, a lot of us preferred the unbalanced aspect of the game, and we still do. But it's important to acknowledge that a certain degree of balance is required in every fighting game. Sparking Zero is no exception. What is something you'd like to see patched, removed, or changed in the game? Do let me know down in the comments below, and if you guys enjoyed this video, do hit the like button and subscribe if you're new around here and want more content like this. I hope you guys liked the video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.